Hey guys, welcome back. This is ChosenArchitect, and today we are hopping into a pack called Exoria. Guys, quick reminder, I just want to let you know, if you haven't already subscribed, I highly recommend doing it because I do post videos every single day. And I also want to let you guys know that I do have a Discord. So if you guys want to check out the Discord, link down in the description below. If you guys want to hop on there and join the conversation, we are growing every single day. And we have a great community there, so I highly recommend if you guys are into modded Minecraft, that is a great place for you guys to hang out. And let's get on with the video. Today, we'll be hopping into a brand new pack. Now, this pack, at the moment of you guys watching it, or as of the moment of its release, it is not out on Curse yet. So, this is a beta as of right now, but it should be soon. It should be released soon. This is kind of like a pre-release sort of sneak peek. Cubus reached out to me and asked if I wanted to go ahead and start playing it. So if he thinks it's ready for me to start playing it, it's almost done. It's got to be. He said the only issues he's had so far is the structure's not showing up whenever you generate the world, but that you just create a new world until you get one. So as you can see right here, this is what you start with. So we're going to kind of get started in here, and hopefully I get a good world. If not, then we'll get one. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and get everything turned on. Everything should just be the way it's set here. I'll leave the name and everything. And let's generate this world. Looks like everything spawned on us. The only thing I need to do is look around. Make sure I see that lava right there is the only thing I'm kind of worried about. I'm looking for that green stuff is acid. And I'm making sure there's no acid that's going to spawn on us. Other than that, I think this is a pretty good spot. Spot to start. Look at there. Awesome. So we have lava right next to us. I mean, that's not a bad thing. But yeah, this is what the world looks like, guys. What do you think? What do you think? You do have these stones. So look at that. You kind of pick them up. Sometimes you get rocks. Sometimes you get stone. It does start off with primal core. Kind of the beginning of this pack is primal core. But yeah, look at this. Look what we have here. Yeah, that's right. An Elven gateway. And then we also have unlimited mana pools with mana pylons. But yeah, this is kind of cool. There we go. There's the lava. I was fixing to say, it should start pouring down here soon. It does take a little bit for the world to kind of fully generate, because we do have fluids that are going to be flowing down mountains. But let's kind of take a look at our quest book. There we go. Here's our quest book. So the pack, I almost forgot. The pack is Exoria. From what Q has told me, he said that it is Greek, I do believe, for exile. I think. As you can see, the first quest is Exiled. I can't believe I lost my case. Now I'm here on the unknown exile planet. I don't think I deserve that. I have to find a way back home somehow. At least they are obligated to help me so that I don't die here. If they know I am willing to work for my survival, they are willing to trade. I guess that's why that portal is here. Still, I have no idea what I still have no idea what I'll expect here on this planet. They gave me one piece of advice though. A lot is different here. If you want to survive, make sure you investigate carefully and adapt. Not sure what that means, or not sure yet what that means with that, or what they meant with that, but I probably should follow that advice, so definitely. So we're going to go ahead and click that check mark, click submit, and we're going to move on into our first quests. So yeah, that's kind of the backstory. We're kind of stuck on if we take a look here into our mods, you'll see a little information here, exiled on a volcano planet. So that's another thing. I don't know if this is like some way to look here. But that is something that we are definitely going to do. One of the things that I always do, go into video settings, set that to auto. Bam. So now you guys can actually see my hotbar a little bit better. I always like to do that. It does affect the controls as of right now, but we'll worry about that later. So we need to do some exploring. That's what it told us to do. So what does it tell us exactly we need to get done? We need to gather up some materials. Okay, I see there are several bones and stone piles laying around. Maybe something useful can be found from them. I wonder who or what died here to leave those bones behind. All right, let's wander around a bit. It's while it's still day and gather some materials. that will provide useful. Okay. And we also have these quests right here. So it seems the whole surface is covered mainly in lava and ash. No plants or animals. I wonder how I should be able to survive here. I probably shouldn't exhaust myself too much until I have a reliable food source. Okay. So it's telling us, do some scavenging, but don't exhaust our resources, which is, of course, a thing. This is kind of a nice little area, minus the stuff there. We do have a warp stone that does allow us to teleport back to our waystone here. So as we're looking for bones and looking for materials, we should be able to go back pretty easy. That is something that I really do like. So, ooh, what is that? What? No way. We found a what is this structure over here? It's like a Botania structure. We don't have any way of really getting over there, but... Oh, wow, that's like a full Botania setup. Oh, we're going to check that out later. But right now, we're worried about other things. We'll definitely check that out, though. That's cool. I've only done a little bit of testing in this pack, and I haven't really noticed, too much that was out of the ordinary. That's something that I have not seen, though. I've seen some root stuff, because there are some roots things about. And it does look like there's some different types of mobs. As you can see, you got little fairies, you got those sparks, which is from Astral Sorcery. All these things are about and kind of just around, which is kind of cool. Oh, there's some bones right here, and some more of these stones. Oh, and there's some water. So you might want to keep that in mind that we do have some water over here. This is not a bad spawn at all. These bones, though, this is what we want. Oh, that guy's getting caught up in the lava. Looks like little lizard bones. It's kind of funny. That's a snake. Looks like a little snake. But yeah, we just need to do some more adventuring here. Just kind of go about gathering a few materials like this. And look at him. Look at the little pixel fairy guy. Can we hit you? Yes, we can. What do we get from that? Oh, pixie dust. Oh, nice. Yeah, we're just going to go around collecting a few more bones. Trying not to starve ourselves, of course. And see what we can find. Ooh, this is a lovely rib cage. I'm wondering, right here. We're missing bone. That's the only thing we have not received from gathering bone. It's odd enough as it is. As you can see, I do have like an auto jump that is automatically enabled. I don't know if that's something you would want to turn off, though. I know a lot of people in SevTech had an issue with that, but honestly, I don't think this is a map that you would want to turn off the auto jump, simply because look at the mountains, man. You're always going to be hitting that jump bar. You just don't want to hit your space bar over and over again. That would not be a good thing. Also, you see, you start with a wand. That is basically to relight your gateway. In case your gateway goes out or doesn't start, whenever you start in your world, you have the wand to kind of get started. Kind of cool. But yeah, we're just gonna gather up a little bit more. It looks like we're just missing some bone. Like literally, that's all we're missing. And we want to get that done before it's nighttime. Right now, it is day. Our sun is slowly going away, and we gotta get this. We gotta get this done pretty quick. All right, so we got our bone gathering while it's day. So we got that done. And we should be able to head back, I think, by pulling this back and hitting the portal home. And we teleport back, but we're stuck in this. Stuck in the floor. It's bound to happen. You can actually make the ash blocks back, if that's a issue for you. But yeah, we need to kind of make a mine or make somewhere some kind of area to kind of start working or building stuff on. So why not just start randomly digging? We're gonna need all of this ash anyways. I kind of want to get most of it cleared away from the portal, of course, so we have kind of a larger area. Eventually this will all be flattened once we get a shovel, but the shovel is a little ways away, so we need to kind of just clear it out by hand. And yeah, we also need to go down. So as you can see, this said that the whole surface is covered in ash, but apparently there's a layer of basalt. So getting to that basalt layer is going to be kind of cool. So let's go ahead and clear this out a little bit and kind of get started. I mean, this is like, we're going to have to make a base. We're going to have to, this is going to be our home for a while. I mean, we are exiled here. We're stuck on a barren planet. So, I mean, I can't wait until we leave this place, of course. But for right now, this is our home. And we need to make it such. So, let's go ahead and get started here. Some of the cool things that you can actually do is place down a stone, hit it with a flint, and you get a fire starter. How cool is that? Then you can also take a torch, light it, and then you can pick it up with your hand by holding shift and right click. And then you can just leave it placed, and then you can right click the entire stack of torches on it, and then bam, you get all your torches. How cool is that? So now we have torches on our doorways. Pretty cool. And we kind of need to just make a little bit of room, because we are going to need a room eventually. So let's go ahead and get this cleared out a little bit. And we need to mine down. I don't know how deep. We are pretty far down. We didn't spawn on top of a mountain, of course. So going down is not going to be that hard. All right, so once you go a little ways down, you should hit some basalt. Looky there. There's some basalt. And we're going to need every little bit of this. So I'm going to grab a few of them. Keep in mind, it did say don't waste your resources, because you're going to need your pick. You're going to need your axe. You're going to need all of that stuff. So don't waste your materials. You are going to need this stuff. Was that 8? We gathered 17. We need to make some blocks here. And there we go. So we have that completed. Now, it's got a whole other section for us. It says, maybe if I dig around, I will find something. So it says, they gave me some tools at least, but they didn't seem to be durable. I have to be careful not to waste them. All right, so let's hope they will give me something in exchange for those things. So here's the coarse, loamy dirt and the dead saplings. So those are a few different things that we can get. So if we want the coarse dirt, we can actually go in here and you can actually search this portal right here, the Elven Gateway Core, to see what trades you're getting. So here's the Gateway Core. You can actually click on here if you do the left click, and you can see what trades you can actually get. So you see, as of right now, there's 15 different trades, but here's the ash blocks and here's the basalt. As you can see, you get the coarse loamy dirt, and right here you get the dead saplings. So for 4 ash blocks, you get 1 dead sapling. So let's try that. And you can do this multiple times. Let's throw the 4 in there. And look at that. We got a dead sapling. So this is pretty cool. You can just keep doing this. You can walk through this portal. It doesn't affect you or anything. And then the basalt. This will get us 4 of the dirt. And you can actually stack them, and you'll just get multiples. Just like that. So now we have 8, and we're good to go. So we end up getting 4 of these, and we get 16 fertilizer for that, so we can, I guess, fast grow our crops. And now we have wood. That was pretty quick. That was pretty quick. So we need to figure out somewhere to place the wood. So I'm going to clear out this little area, I guess. Try and make it a little as clear as possible so we can plant some trees. So I went ahead and got all this platformed out. All I did was just kind of break up the blocks. Down below there, of course, is just hollow. You know, there's nothing I can really do right now other than make a flat platform. But having a flat space in this map is going to be a challenge. Having space to do the stuff you're going to need to do is going to be challenging because you are going to need a flat space. I do plan on flattening all this out once I get a shovel, you know, so that way I'll have more space, and then over here will be flattened as well for the most part. Just so we can have room for buildings and things like that. This lava, I think I might stop the flow up there so we have that room. But for right now, I have trees. So a couple of taps on here, and then I don't think this is actually used in any other manner. I mean, it shows it can be used for hummus. I think honestly it's just intended to get your trees up and running like as soon as possible. So there we go. That's a fairly nice tree there. And we actually have our hatchet, which is what we're going to have to use. So these trees do not have fast leaf decay. So that is something that we're going to have to look at and try and figure out. So leaves do not decay. They decay naturally. You don't get really anything for breaking them yourself. So just letting them kind of decay naturally is what you're going to end up doing. Which is what, in my case, I'm doing. It's kind of nice. I actually haven't played a pack in a long time that didn't have leaf decay in it. So you just kind of have to sit around, wait for some saplings to spawn. And also, something else kind of comes out of these trees. Okay, so I think that's kind of it for that. As you can see, we need to make a chopping block. If you guys are familiar with Primal Core or so the Survivalist mod, you guys will definitely recognize that. Now we're going to need to get sticks and oak planks from this. So the chopping block is that simple. I'm actually going to make 2 of them because they don't last very long. And we're going to kind of set these up outside. You don't have to make 2. I'm just making 2. And what I like to do is put it in my offhand. There you go. And then we'll place that just so we can get the advancement. And there's the stick. I think we actually need 4, right? No, we're done. And we can claim that. Sweet. So now we got more torches, which is always a good thing. There we go. More torches. And yeah, as you can see, just make sure you check here. Make sure you're not just letting all this stuff despawn. You are going to need these saplings. And we're just going to replant and let them do their thing. Grow naturally. I'm not going to use any more of my fertilizer for this. We're just going to kind of let things happen naturally. Look at that. And hopefully we actually get some fruit out of this. Persimmons is one of the things that should drop from these leaves. So that should be something that's a part of this. If we take a look and go back, as you can see, right here, here's the fruit that we should be able to get. Okay, so moving on. We need to make some wooden shears. For sure. So hopefully some of these trees will end up kind of coming to. We also now can make a crafting table. So let's go ahead and get us some wood. Not do it that way. Sometimes I get a little antsy and start making this. But the crafting table I find is so cool. Here's this crafting table. It's not your standard crafting table by any means. Look at this. It's got a grid. I recommend placing it in the ground. It's going to make it a little easier for you later, so you don't have to stand on it. But yeah, this guy is kind of cool. Let's actually make some wooden shears. And look how you do it. Like this. Then right-click to get your item. How cool is that? And then I'm actually going to grab some of these leaves. We only need a couple of them for right now. Unfortunately, we didn't get any persimmons this time, it doesn't look like. Oh, yeah, we did. There we go. Can I jump up there and get you? Just want to get you. There we go. Awesome. So we ended up getting one of the persimmons as well. We also have the nutritions mod. So as you can see, that's going to be a little interesting to keep up with. You have carbs, fats, proteins, and vitamins. So all of that's interesting. All right, so let's go back. We can actually complete this and get 4 more persimmons. So now we can actually eat some food. Oh, man. Having some food is a nice thing. All right, so let's go ahead and grab up all the rest of our leaves. Looks like we have some more leaves over here. Perfect. All right, so on the chopping block, this is a little bit different. You place this down, hit it a couple times, and you get that fiber. Now, if any of you guys remember, you need 3 of these to get you anywhere. So I'm just going to do this a couple times. And there we go. So, underneath this section, it says, you know, to get the leaves. But as you can see, we need the plant fibers, and then 3 of those gets us plant twine. And there's the plant twine. Perfect. All done. All right, so moving on. Now that we've gotten that done, we can now make ourselves some more tools. I think I'm going to make a weapon. A good way to make weapon is to make a weapon is to place down some basalt. Give us a hard surface there. And we can throw down, let's see, a bone. There we go. So we end up getting the flaked bone and a sharp bone. This guy is a weapon. Does 5 attack damage. So it's pretty nice. Makes it killing these guys pretty easy. Look at that. So now we end up getting, we have 2 pixie dust. I really don't know what the pixie dust is used for yet, but we do have it. And that's awesome. So yeah, not bad. All right. So we actually need some of this flaked flint, as you can see here. With flint and twine, I should be able to get, or should be able to make tools like the ones I got in the start. It says I should flake the flint first, for example, by smashing something hard. Okay, so then we can use that to make tools. Perfect. And a shovel. That's something that we definitely need. So, you just kind of right-click it. You don't left-click it. I mean, you don't right-click it, you left-click on here. It's a little bit different than how you normally interact with things. But we ended up getting 8 of that. And I think the twine... Let's look at the shovel. Because that is something I definitely want to make. Yes, it requires a stick, twine, and 3 of the flint. So stick, 1 twine, 3 of the flint. Pretty simple there. And we get a shovel. Look at that. And good. Okay, so the shovel is going to make our life a lot easier. We're now going to be able to kind of move around and get things done. All right, so we've got a lot done. So we have our shovel now. Look how fast we can now get through this material. So much faster. I also went ahead and took down my minimap. It's a hotkey. I can just turn it back on anytime I want. I turned it off right now. We don't really need the minimap in any capacity. We should have access to this map if need be, which is a quick toggle. It's actually larger and a little bit easier to see that map. But for right now, I have no need for it. And look at this. I can just blast through. I guess it wants me to take it out. Right? Looked like it was wanting me to kill it. But anyways, we should now be able to just tear through this material with ease. And kind of get our landscape looking a little bit better, you know, and just making things a little bit flatter and easier for us to maneuver and just have more space for things. But yeah, look at that. So next on our questing agenda, we need to get to this Let's Dry It section. It says, I noticed that if I dig through the loamy dirt, I can retrieve some mud. Sneak right click on it. Okay. It says some drying racks can maybe turn the mud into something useful. But for the mud being able to dry, I need to put the racks in a closed room. Okay. So I think I understand. We need a drying rack and mud. This says it's a restricted. Okay, it has a restriction. Block must be in a closed room. So this is why I kind of made this room. It does need to be a little bit of a room. It doesn't need to be, that big or anything like that. It just needs to be a room, and it also needs to be closed. So we actually need to make a door. So we can make a door. That's not going to take any time at all. And just kind of make it a little open. So we're not banging our head on the ceiling every time we show up here. Yeah, as you can see, we do have a hole up here. We can kind of clear that out. There we go. And voila. Okay, so making a door, that's literally as simple as making a door. Making 3 doors of that. I still wonder if this is a 3 doors down reference every time you make 3 of them. I have no idea why Minecraft's like, oh, here's 3. But I still think that's what it is. All right, so we're getting this done. All right, and I think we can go over here now and kind of collect some of our saplings. I think the majority of these I'm going to actually chop down. And there we go. Perfect. All that's done. We're looking good. Let's make a drying rack. Okay. Drying rack shouldn't be too hard. All right. So sticks and wood. That's about as simple as it gets. Guys, sticks and wood. And we have a drying rack. Perfect. Now we need to put something on this drying rack. Oh, it needs to be in a closed room. Does that mean the door has to be shut? Yes, it does. But you can leave. You can leave in the with it in there. I think, actually, you can break it, and it doesn't have to be in the center of the room. You can have it inside, and all that fun stuff. So we can take some of this loamy dirt that we made earlier. Ooh, I don't like that sound. And hold shift on it. And you rummage through it. Like so. I don't think you have to have an empty hand. I don't remember. But look, you get mud balls for doing this. So if we kind of do it again, hold shift and right click, you can see the mud balls will actually show up there. All right, so once you get all these mud, or all the mud done, you can actually turn this into mud blocks. How convenient. So that's 7 mud blocks. Close the door to the room. Take the blocks. Throw them in here. Look at that. You can only do one slot at a time, but I mean, you have 4 slots. So if you want to make more of these, it's probably going to be a good idea to make a bunch of them, or make at least a few. Just because getting this stuff is not very difficult. As you can see, let's see, right here. How to get this? It looks like later on you get it from straining. And then right here, scavenge. And as you can see, the coarse loamy stuff, you actually get that from the Elven trade of 2 basalt. Pretty simple. And it's already done. Look at that. Throw this back in here, and we're ready to rock and roll. So, yeah, this is not that difficult. So we're going to be using this, the terra clay. Let's go here. The terra clay clumps as our clay for right now. And this leads us into roof over my head. So, it says, I will probably stay for a very long time here. I need a roof over my head. The easiest building material I have access to is probably some cob. And cob is actually some pretty neat stuff. So eventually we're going to get enough cob here. But cob is not the cheapest thing in the world. We search through cob right here. Here's the cob from Earthworks. It requires cob ball. Or you can make 4 cob with clay or terra clay, mud, and leaves. You get mud, of course, this way, and the terra clay is for like that. But of course, you can also make the ball itself, which is basically the same as the other recipe, except this is just the base materials. You don't have to actually do the recipe to turn them over. And you get 16 from this, and of course, 16 ends up turning, 4 of them turns into 1. So it's the same recipe. So it just depends on how you want to do it. But you can like make the timber frames, which is very easy to make this stuff. And look at this, you get all these like little designs and stuff like that. So we're going to do some experimenting with that. I've never used Earthworks, so yeah, I don't know exactly how this works. So we're gonna do some experimenting. And it looks like we can make stairs out of it, slabs, all kinds of stuff, which is pretty cool. I think it'll probably look pretty good with basalt as well. Basalt's a pretty good material. But getting that much cob is going to take a little while. So in the meantime, let's work on some other things, like chests. I think we can get to chests here soon. And then it wants us to make a strainer. But the chests should be pretty easy to do. We actually need to make a saw. So here's a flint saw. Pretty simple. Let's take a look actually at the reading real quick. I'm running out of room for my inventory. Let's see if I can build some basic storage. I need a saw first, though. With a saw, I am able to make pins and slabs required for chests and cupboards. So, pretty cool. And we need to make 1 of each. So, not too bad. So we can do chests. And we can add this. And what was the other one? I think we'll figure that out as we go. But here's the chest that we're going to be making. We're going to need to make trapdoors. The trapdoors require these wooden pins. The wooden pins come from the flint right here. This guy right here. So that should not be too difficult for us to make. We can add the saw into here so we can actually find it. Let's see. 2 stick, that, and that. Let's see if I can remember this recipe. 2 sticks, this here, and that there. And bam, we get the saw. Okay, so the saw can be used in our inventory to make some pins. So that'll make us a couple pins. And this will make us slabs. And there we go. So there's our saw. So the slabs should be pretty simple here. This will get us 1 type of storage. Like that. That's a shelf. Place a shelf right there. We can put things like our ash blocks in there. All of that fancy stuff. Kind of keep some of our things organized, you know. Why not? We can put tools up here, things of that nature, you know, logs, all of that good stuff. But we actually have a little bit more to do. So let's look at a regular chest. It's going to require this, which requires that plant twine, which we don't have all of. We will here in a second, though. There's 3 of that. That'll give us a plant twine. We use the twine with the pins and the wood. Like this, with the pins up top. Can we not set the pins up top? There's 1 pin. There's 2 pins. I want to set that up top, but it's not letting me. Oh. I don't want to pick that up. Oh, I forgot I can actually... That's how you pick it up. You click on it. You use your left click. So the fiber should go in that. There we go. And there's our trapdoor. And then the chest was actually regular wood with a trapdoor on top. And there we go. There's a chest. Now, what was the last one we needed? A cupboard? Am I spelling it wrong? C-U-P. A cupboard. And that's going to require the other way. Okay. Looks like we were going to have just enough wood. Wow. How funny is that? And voila, we have a cupboard. I don't know what the difference is between this and that. We're about to see. Oh, this is the one that has the drawer that kind of opens. So let's take a look at this real quick. So a normal chest, I'm going to place the chest down here for right now. This guy has a lid. You can open it up. Pretty simple. So we also have this guy, which also opens up. I do prefer this, though. I do prefer the shelf, and the shelf is also one of the easiest ones to make. Alright, guys, so I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, don't forget to click that subscribe button if you haven't already, and also give this video a thumbs up, man. I really appreciate it. You guys are awesome. And as always, thanks for watching.
Let's go!